I am a big foodie and I love using food idioms in my daily conversations, just like apple of my eye, or break the ice, or icing on the cake. And in today's video lesson, I'm gonna share 15 such idioms with examples of how you can start using them in your everyday conversations. So let's dig in. Let's start with our first idiom, a lot on one's plate. This idiom refers to an overabundance of food on a dinner plate, and it is also used when someone has many responsibilities or scheduled activities. For example, I have a lot on my plate and I can't shoulder new responsibilities. By the way, shoulder here means to handle or take on something. Moving on to our second idiom, tough nut to crack. Tough nut to crack means any person or thing that is difficult to deal with, understand, or influence. For example, we all managed to clear the last round of the interview. It was a tough nut to crack though. Let's look at our third idiom, tough cookie. Tough cookie means a really determined person. For example, my friend is a tough cookie. She knows how to tackle any problem. Let's move on to our next idiom, chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese means any person or thing who are very difficult and have nothing in common. For example, despite being brothers by blood, they are like chalk and cheese. Moving on to our next idiom, in a pickle. In a pickle means to be in trouble. For example, I will be in a pickle if I do not complete this project by next week. Moving on to our next idiom, cool as a cucumber. It means to be calmed and relaxed. For example, my boss is cool as a cucumber even in the most difficult situations. So far, if you are finding value in this video, then hit the like button. And moving on to our seventh idiom now. Sell like hotcakes. If you are a business owner, you will love to use this idiom. Selling like hotcake means that a lot of people are buying them. For example, the sales manager told me that the products are selling like hotcakes. And now it's time for my favorite idiom. Life is a bowl of cherries. It means life is pleasant and enjoyable. For example, life has been a bowl of cherries for him ever since he started his Europe trip. Moving on to our next idiom, pie in the sky. Pie in the sky means something unrealistic or something that cannot be achieved. For example, the target that my boss gave me for this quarter is a pie in the sky. I don't know how I'm going to achieve it. Now let's look at our 10th idiom, half-baked. It means something that lacks adequate planning or something that is poorly developed or carried out. For example, you will never get a big shot with your half-baked ideas. Time for our 11th idiom now, apple of my eye. It means someone whom you cherish above all others. For example, I was always pampered by my grandmother. I was the apple of her eye. Moving on to our 12th idiom, the icing on the cake. It means something that makes a good situation even better than before. For example, I was extremely happy about my promotion, but the icing on the cake was the car that I was gifted. Let's look at our next idiom, break the ice. It means to do something to make people relaxed at the first meeting. For example, I was really tensed about my interview, but the interviewer tried to break the ice by asking some casual questions. Idiom number 14, bread and butter. It means a task or a job that is the main source of income. For example, you need to work really hard to earn your bread and butter. And now our last idiom, couch potato. It means someone who is lazy or inactive. For example, my brother spends most of his time watching television. He is a couch potato. That's all that I had for today. Now it's time to end this video with an easy assignment for you. So here it is. Frame a sentence of your own using this idiom, cup of tea. If you're hearing this idiom for the first time, it means something that you're interested in. Now go ahead and frame a sentence of your own and write it down in the comments below. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and don't forget to practice what you've learned today. Bye now.
Engvarta. your English practice playground. No judgment, only motivation and constructive feedback. Join today.